right. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Happy Monday. I hope everyone had an awesome weekend. I had a wonderful weekend. Saturday was my anniversary, my wedding anniversary. My husband and I have been married 28 years. And we did what everyone does on their anniversary. We had delicious Chinese food and stayed home and did nothing. It was fabulous. And then on Sunday, I got to see my daughter, whom, oh, thanks, Marianne. I got to see my daughter, whom I haven't hugged since September. So I got to squeeze her on Sunday. So it was absolutely lovely. And then today, right after I was done at my new job, I jumped in the car and I surprised my kids at the old school and read them the very last chapter of the book that we had been reading. So it was so nice. They were so sweet. They're like, when are you coming back, miss? Yeah, it was very cute. So anyway, tonight we're going to be playing with this lovely Merry Moose. Thank you very much, Marianne, for lending me this set. Another great reason why, if you're looking to be part of the team, we have an awesome team, and Marianne is always so fantastic about sharing. So, but first, I wanted to show you what I did with the little cards. So remember, I did the unboxing from the Paper Pumpkin, and it made nice little gift cards, holders. But what I did is I added some cardstock here and turned it into a very cute little box to hold. I mean, I'm putting hot chocolate in one of those lovely little chocolate spoons, but really you could put anything in there, a little chocolate bar, what have you. Isn't that cute? I just thought that was too cute. So just, again, some of the lovely little goodies that you'll see at the open house. Also on the weekend, I made a couple of more ornaments. So when you come, be sure to take a peek, because there's always things coming and going. But if you see something you like ahead of time, please send me a message. I'm more than happy to put it aside for you. So some things I've been working on this weekend. So let's play with the Merry Moose. It is so cute. Honestly, I didn't order this set, but I'm playing with it and been making cards. I'm like, oh, I really should have gotten that set. It is just too cute. And of course, it comes with a punch. You know how much I love punches, right? So we're making 4 cards tonight because 2 of each are very similar. But I wanted to show you how just changing the color of things can really change the look. So both of these cards have plaid. So this one we're doing black with cherry cobbler, and then a plaid with cherry cobbler, and then black. This one we're doing with white and real red, a pattern, and then real red. So the card is fairly simple to put together. So what I did was I just slid my card and then decided where on the piece that I wanted my moose, and I made sure that I'm sort of centered above and below to the best of my abilities. And then for this card, I'm going to have them facing the other way. So, seem to have a punch malfunction. It's all good. Slide it out that way. Nothing we can't fix. There you go. So I'm going to have them go this way on the card, and then when I punch this guy out, I just flip the paper over, right? So, all right, I'm just going to trim up his little foot here so that it's a little cleaner. It's a really cute set. So, all right. So let's put these together. And then you can sort of see how, while it's exactly the same style of card, the colors that you choose, the papers that you choose, make it look really different. So again, they're both plaids. One is a real red, one is a cherry cobbler. So very subtle differences, like not big, huge, glaring differences, but subtle differences nonetheless. And then this is for that. And then my sentiment. Now we could use one of the sentiments on here. We could use, I think, Merry Christmas. So cute. Merry Christmas. Let's use that one. Merry Christmas. So I'm just going to do it in black. I could do it in the red, maybe. Should I do it in the red? What do you think? It would make a cool Canada Day card, for sure. For sure. It could be a birthday. Like, it wouldn't have to necessarily be a Christmas, right? Sorry, I gotta pull my card down closer. I've yet to figure out how to manage stamping and doing live without it being like directly underneath me. And even at the best of times, I make it go askew, which is why paper's got two sides, right? You make the mistake, you just flip it over and do the other side. So I'm going to pop it up, just give it a bit of elevation, because I think it'll give it a nice look. So we'll get my pieces here. I have a whole strip left from that one. Got a few new ones here. And we'll pop it on. One of the little guys today, he's like, Miss Shannon, can you talk to the principal and find out when you're finished with the grades 7 and 8? And I said, why do I need to find out when I'm finished? And he said, so that I can come back, so I can go back to their school. Cute monkey. Oh. So I try to cut that one to fit in here, and then I still cut it too big. So I'm going to try again. See if I can do it right this time. There we go. I'll try one more to go on that spot there, because I don't want it to sort of cave in. So let's see how that turned out. And you could add, the other thing you could add to this one is we could have added some ribbon around the edge to make it different, or to add to it. We could add some glitter and bling. So if I was going to, could add like a string going this way, and then have my sentiment. You can do all sorts of things. It's a great set. Canada Day, birthday. I can put it on an angle. I'm going to be wild and crazy and put it on an angle. Wild and crazy. All right. So I've got some nice red rhinestones here. There we go. Add a few. Yeah, the plaid's really pretty. I love the plaid too. I did a bunch of them with the plaid. I couldn't help it. Just sort of screamed, you know, plaid. Moose and plaid just sort of seem to go together, right? There. So there's the first card. So like I said, this one is almost exactly the same. It's just has different tones to it, right? So this one is a brighter tone. I chose the real red. There's white in the background of the plaid. So it just has a brighter look to it. This one has a bit darker look to it because, again, the tones I've chosen are darker. So I've got the black, the cherry cobbler, which is darker. The white portions within the plaid are smaller. So I've got the dark on the top. So it's the same style of card in terms of what we've done with it. It just, you know, depending on what cardstock you use, it's going to change the look of your card, which is the awesome thing about card making, because, you know, you can do whatever tickles your fancy, right? Which is why when I come on, I talk about inspiring you guys and motivating you guys, because, you know, it's all about what do you like, you know, create something that makes you happy. Because honestly, I think it doesn't really matter. Happy mail makes everybody happy. And if you enjoy making it, then that enjoyment's going to come out in the receiving end of it too, right? I've done something wrong, and now I can't get my glue. So this could be a very short video because I'm still waiting for my... order to come. So that I can have some adhesive. So this could be a very short video if I can't get this to work, because this is all I've got. I've even been to Michael's, and they seem to be very low in adhesive. I guess everybody is crafting right now and card making, right? All right. Woohoo! We're saved. All right. So there we go. So every time I cut the next layer, I just went down by like 1/4 of an inch. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. But it does add that nice depth to it. So for this one, I thought we could do the Enjoy the Stillness of the Season. I thought that one was pretty. And I thought it would fit nicely. And again, I think I'll just do it in the black. Now I could, again, do it in the red. I wouldn't necessarily introduce another color to it, but you could do it. And the circle is a little big for the sentiment, but I think it'll be okay. So I'm going to pop that up. And then we're going to pop up our moose again. Or we could leave him down. Do you want to see what he looks like down? Sure, let's do something a little different. All right, sounds good. So we'll pop this on, and I'll just put him directly on the card. So again, I could put it this way, so he's looking that way. But I'm going to do it this way. Now there is a sale coming up on Stampin' Up! For 10% off. I will put the details on the Facebook page. I just don't have them in front of me at the moment, so I apologize. But if there's anything you're interested in getting, 10% off right now. Can't beat that. There are some exclusions, so I will, like I said, I'll add it to my Facebook page. So there's that. And then some gems. Just like that. Put that up there. There. All right. So same exact card in terms of the dimensions and the pieces, just very different looks, right? I don't know, this one too, I've popped it up, so it's going to have a different look as well than this one that is flush on the card. So just things to keep in mind when you're creating your own Christmas cards, how just some subtle differences like that can change the entire look, right? Popping it up, you know, having it flush, popping the sentiment versus having it flush, the tones of the colors you choose, right? So many variations can make the same card look really different. So, all right, next one. Again, similar cards, but with some subtle differences. So this one is Mossy Meadow. I love this green. This one's one of my favorite greens. So let's start with this one here. So this one here, I've got a piece of Mossy Meadow. Then I've got a small, just slightly smaller, about 1/4 of an inch smaller, of Crumb Cake. And then I have a piece of the wood grain from that set that I can't think the name of right now. All in Good Taste, I think it's called. The designer series paper that has all that beautiful wood grain. And then I wanted you guys to pick, there's 2 different styles of mousse. So what I did for this one is I stamped, I'll show you. So I stamped my mousse, and then what I did was I stamped my mousse in the solid. So you get 2 stamps. You get the detailed one and you get the solid one. So I stamped it in the solid color, and I chose sort of like a light blue. And I chose to do it on the cream colored, the vanilla colored paper opposed to the white, because again, the tone of the card is more in the beiges and vanilla and the off-whites, so to speak, opposed to the crisp whites. So I chose to do it on this paper here. So what I did was I took my mousse. I just stamped it off a little bit. Let's do it over here. And then I stamped my mousse. Okay. So it's got like a blue background. Then what I took was the trees in the stamp set. So I just took the little small pine tree here. And I didn't want it to be really glaring, like a big difference in terms of color and tonality again. So I'm just choosing a slightly darker blue. And what I've got is the Night of Navy. So I took the Night of Navy. I'm just sort of doing the top part of it. Maybe not. My block is a bit big. And then I decided, okay, where do I want the most prominent tree to sort of go? So on this one, I sort of decided I wanted it to be, I didn't want a big prominent tree on his bottom. And I wanted to help sort of define the shape of him. So I opted for the middle, but you could have the tree going up past and into the antlers, right? You can have the tree going anywhere you want. So I went on dark first, and then I stamped again lighter. And when you first do it, you're kind of like, well, you can't really see. And yeah, you're right, but you will be able to see after. So that's what I did. I sort of stamped it with the blues. Then I took my Mousse Punch and I lined it up. Now there is a bit of guessing. I won't fib. There is a bit of guessing, but I do know from my blue outline basically where he is. And then you punch. And that's what you get. You get a mousse with some nature on him. Because I wanted something a little different. Because, you know, I feel like I got to bring something new and different for you guys. So that was how I did that mousse. So now, all of that to be said, you guys have to pick what mousse you want on our card. Do we want the standard mousse? Or do we want one of our blue mousse? Blue mousse. I saw you standing alone. No, sorry. Come up with all the different things that you can replace mousse with. So what are we thinking? Do we want the blue mousse or do we want just a standard mousse? A blue mousse, please. Okay, I would be happy to do that. I think he looks really cool. Oops. So again, just some layers on our cards. And then I took a strip of Very Vanilla and then my crumb cake. So we've got my blue mousse. There we go. Now I could choose a little smaller, but that's what I had sort of left over in my container pot of shapes. So that's what we're going for. And I think the next size down would be, well, I guess we could have done the next size down. I think he's okay though. I think he's okay. So for my sentiment, we could do beginning to look a lot like Christmas, have a cozy Christmas, or we could choose one of the other sentiments here, thinking of you at Christmas. I like that. Let's do that one. Now I've got parts of Blue Moon stuck in my brain. All right. Sorry, I got to pull it up towards me so I can see what I'm doing here. There we go. So we'll put this on. I think I'm going to pop him up. I could add some greenery behind him, but I think that might take away from the artwork, or I could just put him on. I don't know. What do you think? Should I get a smaller circle and do it, or should it? What do you think? You like the larger circle? Okay. I was worried that it might have been too, like he's kind of swimming in the larger circle. But if you think he's okay, then we will do that. There we go. And then we'll pop him up, give him a little bit of height and dimension. Whoops. Put him a little too close. I love that Stampin' Up! Has these different sizes of dimensions, right? So you can have the smaller ones for smaller sections and then the bigger ones for bigger sections. I think it just makes it so much easier. And I didn't realize that not all dimensions are created equal, that some of them are actually taller than the others. So, but I think if you get them too tall, then it's going to be hard to put them in the mail, right? So there, thinking of you at Christmas. Oh, still pretty. I like that. All right, now let's see. Should we do some pearls or some champagne rhinestones? I think I like the champagne rhinestones. Kind of like a sparkle. Sparkle and shine. I think the card can handle some of the bigger ones. Yeah, totally. Because I got these big spaces. There. All right. There we go. All right. I'll save this card for tomorrow because what are we doing here? 20 minutes, yeah. I'll save this one for tomorrow. It's a similar style. You'll see it tomorrow. So, there we go. So there's our cards. Different style, same style, different tones. Our moose, you can add a bit more dimension to it by changing it up. Really easy to do. And our wood tones and all that great stuff. So I love the wood grain paper too. I'm gonna have to get another pack because I think I've just about used up all my wood grain. I just love wood grain so much. So there you go. So thank you so very much for joining me this evening. Like I said, I come on every Monday to Friday at 7 to motivate you and to inspire you and to fire the imagination, whether you're making cards or scrapbook pages or whatever it is that your thing is. Hopefully you find a little bit of inspiration here. And we will see you tomorrow evening. Thank you so very much and stay safe.